And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, O my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety, and hath taken away thy blessing. And he said, Is he not rightly named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he hath taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me? And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy Lord, and all his brethren have I given him for servants, and with corn and wine have I sustained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, The days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. I want to start first by giving all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Brakatah Yahweh, Brakatah Yahushai, Call Halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and teach us this truth. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, the house of David, and those that believe. Shalom. This is basically a land back or a response, if you will, from the Apostle Gabar's live show he did this morning. Going into the, I'm gonna go to it right quick. This right here is from the 3/17/2017. It's not popping up, very slowly for some reason. But anyway, yeah, there you go. The live stream, the mailbag he did. What a joke, Rothschild's 1948 State of Israel. And this response is gonna be basically just a line back off what he already went into, but also going into the actual state and the origin of the word state. Now let me go back into the scripture. A couple key points in here. He said in verse 39, it said, And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, this is the blessing he gave Esau. Because Esau wept like a little girl, man, when he realized that Jacob had supplanted him because he didn't understand the prophecy. Supplanted him for the blessing, but the blessing was given to Rebekah, the prophecy was told to Rebekah about the blessing that the younger son would get instead of the elder son. Right? And so anyway, it says, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. You know? And when you dwell, you're going to have the fatness of the earth. And we all know that Fertile Crescent area is where the land of Israel is also located, that Eden, Garden of Eden, if you will, right? And of the dew of heaven from above, and by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, the dominion of that land of Israel. They end up getting the rulership seat, you know, and living in that land of Israel, you know, and he's always hated his brother Jacob, right? So that's kind of what we're talking about. When the apostle was talking about the state of Israel, that's part of what he was talking about. Now let's go into the origin of the word state, right? Let's see what we got here. I'm going to try to keep this concise and straight to the point. I got a few scriptures to bring out. It's actually more than I had bargained for, but I'm going to read them and just try to keep it to the point. Let the scripture speak as much as possible. All right, the word state, it says the origin is a Latin origin, status, meaning manner of standing or condition. Yeah, the condition of them being in the land of Israel was that they made it a state. You know, they made it to where they can dwell there, and they were by law, so to speak, by written ordinance, so to speak, during the Balfour Declaration in 1948, as the apostle was going into so beautifully, I might add. If you brothers get a chance, brothers and sisters, whoever you are out there, get a chance, check that video out, man. It's an hour and 40-something minutes, but well worth it, man. Well worth that whole breakdown is well worth it. You know, we heard them go into this years ago, but it's rare to hear it again. And then when the apostles go back into it, man, it becomes even more beautiful the way they break it down. You know. So anyway, it's a manner of standing condition, right? Condition is that they wrote that there was no original Israelites, so to speak. That the Israelites were not in that land anymore. So they went in there and they took over the land. They wrote a decree down that they should be the people of that land. They called themselves the Jews, those converts that converted to Judaism. And so they went on and got themselves into that land by the Balfour Declaration 1 and 2. Anyway, so it says, then it goes into the word estate, status, and it ends up, mixing them two from English, becoming the word state. Now, let's read what it says. It says, Middle English as a noun, partly a shortening of estate from the Latin status, manner of standing, condition, see status. The current verb's census date from the mid-17th century. Okay, so let's hit status right quick. Because what they did was, when they had the dominion on the earth, they took the status of the children of Israel, but they were undeservingly in that state, in that position or that condition, because they're not the Israelites. They're the biblical Hebrew Edomites. They're not the biblical Hebrew Israelites. It says the relative, social, professional, or other standing of someone or something, right? They're standing in our position as the Hebrew Israelites, as the tribe of Judah, or the kingdom of Judah, Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, in particular. It said the position of affairs at a particular time. Yeah, so when they had that dominion on the earth, they had that particular time, the position of affairs at that particular time, to stand in the land of Israel, especially in political or commercial context. Yeah, in a political context, because they wrote that Balfour Declaration more in a political form versus an inherited form. Let's go back into the word estate, because I looked up the word estate, and this is what Google gave me. It says estate. It says an extensive area of land in the country, right? The land of Israel, usually with a large house owned by one person, family, or organization. And that's what they did. They took the expansive or extensive area of land in the country or the land of Israel, and they began by the Balfour Declaration to own that, because they said they did. They just wrote it down by decree, said they did, right? Then there's the second one, all the money and property owned by the particular person, especially at death. And yeah, and because the Most High turned his back and gave them the dominion of the earth, yeah, that's when they took over that position. They took over our estate. Part of our estate was that we were the Hebrew Israelites. We're the sons of the Most High God. The Most High, and gave us the land of Canaan for our inheritance. Because originally the land of Israel was the land of Canaan, but they don't fit all the other prophecies that go with the people that are supposed to be in that land, which the apostle so eloquently put it. But I'm going to kind of, like I said, land back off of that topic. All right, so let's go into some more scripts about it, right? To prove that, as he so eloquently put it, that it's just a state of Israel. They couldn't proclaim that they're the people. And in his video, he even said, that the things like there's no pearly gates, the city of gold, there's still wars going on. There's not supposed to be any more wars. Gamal Abdul Nasser, the Egyptian president at the time, said there will never be peace in that land of Israel because the Jews left black, but they came back white. And that was around the time that the Rothschilds created that state of Israel, And what I really feel they messed up by saying that they were only the southern kingdom, the Jews. They didn't say they were the whole, both tribes. That's why Palestine has the northern area and they have the southern. They should have proclaimed that they were a whole 12 tribes, but nobody would have believed that anyway. Plus, the way the Most High plays this out is always a beautiful thing. But so let's go into some scripts, right? We're going to start at the beginning with Genesis 13. This is 13. We'll start at verse 15. Let's read up a little bit. Let's see what happens. Yeah. I'll start up at verse 12. No. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 12. It says, make sure. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, I'll start at verse 12 and it says, Abram dwelt in the land of Canaan, and Lot dwelt in the cities of the plain, and pitched his tent towards Sodom. Okay, but the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Most High God Yahweh exceedingly. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Abram, after that Lot was separated from him, lift up now thine eyes, look from the place where thou art, northward and southward and eastward and westward. For all the land which thou seest to give, seest to thee will I give it, and to thy seed forever. Right? And he basically said he was going to give us the land of Israel. That was the land of Canaan. I'm going to keep going. They make you go into every little thing, every little time. Let's see here. This script says, yeah. And he's still talking to Abram. Yeah, I'll start verse 7. It says, and I will establish my covenant between me and thee and thy seed after thee in the generations for an everlasting covenant, to be a power unto thee and to thy seed after thee. And I will give unto thee and to thy seed after thee the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan for an everlasting possession, and I will be their power. Right? It says, and the Most High said unto Abraham, thou shalt keep my covenant, therefore, thou and thy seed after thee in their generations. Yeah. Now, this is talking to Abraham, right? The Most High was speaking with Abram/Abraham. He became Abraham after the blessing. And because he became the father of a multitude. Anyway, and then from exalted father to father of a multitude, right? And yeah, there's a lot of different nations that came out of Abraham. Esau also came out of Abraham, but he came out of Abraham, then he came out of, and so did Ishmael came out of Abraham also. But the blessing was given down to Isaac, and then from Isaac it was given down to Jacob, which out of Isaac came Esau also, right? And that's why we read that in when the blessing was passed down to Jacob and it skipped over Isaac. When Jacob supplanted him, Yaquab, he supplanted him. What else we got? Now I'm gonna just hit these kind of in random. Matter of fact, let me hit this one right quick. Ezekiel. I just wrote a bunch of them down. I'm gonna just try to get them out there. The order is, not the best order, but hey, just trying to get it out there in the spirit. And the spirit will take care of the rest. Oh yeah, okay. So Ezekiel 47 and 13 said, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, said, this shall be the border whereby ye shall inherit the land according to the 12 tribes of Israel. Joseph shall have 2 portions, and ye shall inherit it, one as well as another, concerning the which I lifted up mine hand to give it unto your fathers. And this land shall fall unto you for inheritance. Yeah, this was our inheritance that we were given. So now from there, I'm going to go, and then it goes on to list exactly where that is. You brothers can go ahead and read exactly where that land is. Matter of fact, I'm going to go into the book of Numbers, and I believe it goes into that a little bit. Let's see what we got here. Yeah. it down. Yeah. Um, yeah. Numbers 14 verse 30 said, "Doubtless ye shall not come into the land concerning which I swear to make you dwell therein, save Caleb the son of uh, Jephunneh and Joshua the son of Nun. But your little ones," yeah, because Moses couldn't go. It says, "But your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, them will I bring in, and they shall know the land which ye have despised." Yeah, because they were tripping in the wilderness, man. The 2/3 basically were tripping in the land of Israel. Most High made us dwell in the wilderness for over 40 years because the people were being wicked. So we had to wait till there was a new a new generation to come after them. But the point is, he said he would bring us into that land. You see, yeah, see, the point was in 33 saying, "Your children shall wander in the wilderness 40 years and bear your whoredoms until your carcasses be wasted in the wilderness till you die." So after the number of the days in which ye search the land, even 40 days, each day for a year, 40 years now, shall ye bear your iniquities, even 40 years. And ye shall know my branch of promise. Yeah, you're gonna know that I said that because the people were wicked. That wickedness is why we had to be taken out of the land of Israel, because we would not follow the statutes, laws, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. When you go into the book of Deuteronomy, he scattered us, the 28th chapter particularly, he scattered us into all the other lands and drove us from the land of our own inheritance. Okay, let's go into another one. Let's see, the book of Jeremiah 3. Yeah, read up to there. Yes, and this is where they fail at, man. Because, well, I'll just read it. Yeah. Verse, I started 3 and 17, Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 17. "At that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord." And see, these so-called Jews, these Jewish, they still hold up to that. They call themselves the throne of the Lord. You know, they still saying that they're the Jews, and you know they're the children of the Lord. They're the house of David. They try to say all of that, right? So at that time they shall call Jerusalem the throne of the Lord, and all the nations shall be gathered unto it. That part they didn't do. To the name of the Lord, that part they didn't fulfill also. To Jerusalem, neither shall they walk any more after the imagination of their evil heart. And they try to proclaim that too. But Pink City, that's an imagination of an evil heart. Kosher Pig, that's another imagination of the evil heart. Them trying to rule the world with wickedness, that's imaginations of an evil heart. Verse 18, where the point is, says, "In those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel." Now they're only the house of Judah from what they proclaim. That's why they only have the southern kingdom's inheritance. They didn't have the northern kingdom's inheritance, because when they came into power, the northern kingdom was already gone to the western world. So they only knew of the southern part that was really given for that inheritance, not realizing that the whole other 10 tribes were supposed to have that northern part of Israel, that they once had that before they came into power with the Greeks and then the Romans after that, and then on into the rebirth up to 1948. They didn't understand that part, because they should have took the whole land of Israel. But this is the prophecy saying it right here. "And in those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel. We shall be one nation again." Put the two sticks together, right? "And they shall come together out of the land of the north." That's the daughter of Babylon, a.k.a. America. It says, "to the land that I have given for an inheritance unto your fathers." Back with Abraham. He said that when he had Abraham look around when he was in the land of Canaan. Right? Yeah, so let me go from there. Now I'm gonna jump over to this, because the brother made an excellent point when he brought this script up on the comment board. I'm gonna go to the book of Isaiah. Yeah, 26. Oh yeah, this brother brought this out like, oh, beautiful script. Beautiful script. Isaiah 26:10, it said, "Let favor be showed to the wicked." Now, the favor was shown. This is when he had the dominion on the earth. When he had the dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth. When he had the land of Israel in his possession, it says, "Let the favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness." Even though he had that blessing in that position, he will not learn righteousness, right? In the land of uprightness, in the land of Israel, that's the land of uprightness for the people that are upright. Like it says, the spirit that is in him is not upright in him, right? That's talking about the Edomites and the wicked 2/3 to be in another fold of it, but whatever. It says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, and that's what he's done. He's had the position of the Hebrew Israelites, but he hasn't dealt it with it in righteousness. He had the control of the Bible. He hasn't dealt with it in righteousness when they were the Borgias. When he was the Pope, he had the book, but he didn't deal with it in righteousness. He has the position to put out decrees upon the earth, but he's not dealing with righteousness. It says, in the land of uprightness, because he's controlling it from the land of Israel, it says, will he deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord Yahweh. Yeah, because he doesn't think that the Most High could throw him down. And his proof of that is that he thinks he's going to upset these prophecies by fulfilling his new world order. And right before he begins to fulfill his new world order, that's when the Most High is going to thrust him down, and destroy him. Put him in captivity for 1,000 years, then destroy him off the planet. Let me read verse 11. It says, Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see, and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thine enemies shall devour them. Yeah. Anyway, we're going to go into, Jeremiah 30. I did want to touch on that right quick. Yeah, just to make a quick point about it. It says, Jeremiah 30 verse 2, it says, thus speaketh the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, saying, write thee all the words that I have spoken unto thee in a book. And that's the Bible. Which the words he has spoken, the most important words, especially in this time, are the prophecies. So he put out a lot of prophecies through Jeremiah, through all the prophets. The whole book is based in prophecy, law, history, judgment, so on and so forth. And it's mainly lamentations, mournings, and woe, negative things unto the people of Israel and unto the other nations when the people of it, the true Israelites, get back in power. Verse 3, it says, for lo, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh, that I will bring again the captivity of my people Israel and Judah. Right? Both kingdoms. Right? And we're serving that here in the land of America. In North, Central, South America, and scattered throughout the four corners of the earth as well. It says that's what that land of the north, the daughter of Babylon, right? It says, saith the Lord Yahweh, and I will cause them to return to the land that I gave to their fathers, and they shall possess it. Possess it. It's our possession. It was our inheritance. It was given unto us by the Heavenly Father. Not because what was his name? Let me go back into what the apostle was talking about. Gershon. Let me see if I can bring that up right quick. Yeah. In the apostles' video, David ben Gershom, or Gurion. Yeah, David ben Gurion proclaims the state of Israel. No, you can't just proclaim that. That's a hell of a proclamation to make. You can't just proclaim that that's the land when that's not what was given of the Heavenly Father. But he allowed that for that moment. And now it's going to become something even bigger in the future, especially when we take them out of that and we cleanse that land and all the blood in that land, and we just and destroy America. That's what the Most High will have his son Yahweh Shai do. Right? He didn't say give it to them. He said he will establish it and proclaim it, not just make it a state, right? A state of position. No, that's not what it's going to be. Yeah. All these words that the Lord Yahweh spake concerning Israel and concerning Judah, both tribes, because they're only proclaimed to be the Judite, the kingdom of Judah, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right, from there I want to go to, let's go to Psalms. Yeah, I'm going to hit a couple more scripts and close out. This went longer than I imagined anyway, but hey, these often do. We're going to go all the way to the end of this chapter. Yeah. Psalms 105 and 44. And he gave them the lands of the heathen, of the Canaanites. He gave us the land of the Canaanites, and they inherited the labor of the people, that they might observe his statutes and keep his laws. Right? That's why he gave us that beautiful land of Israel over there. He gave that to us that we may keep and observe his statutes and his laws. Praise ye the Lord Yahweh. You know, that was that land of Canaan. That was some of the most goodly land on the planet. We're going to go to, Isaiah 65. I think a brother brought this out on the comment board. Whatever with that. Anyway, and 9. It says, and I will bring forth a seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, the inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. Yeah, man. That's who's supposed to be there. The real children of Israel are supposed to be there. You know? Matter of fact, let me read up. It says, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, as the new wine is found in the cluster, and one said, destroy it not, for a blessing is in it, so will I do for my servants' sake, that I may not destroy them all, the elect. And, you know, he won't actually completely destroy the land of Israel. He's just going to cleanse it of the filth that of those fake Jews that are in that land. Those Amalekites is who they're really named. They're Hebrew Edomites from the tribe of Amalek. It says, and I will bring forth the seed out of Jacob and out of Judah, an inheritor of my mountains, and mine elect shall inherit it, and my servants shall dwell there. Yeah, and the elect, and then into the whole kingdom of Israel will all dwell there. And final script that I had was was in Chronicles. First Chronicles. There's videos all day. Okay, First Chronicles 16. Yeah, verse. We're gonna start about 16, 18. It says, it's saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance, when ye were but few, even a few, and strangers in it. Yeah, he gave that to us to because he saw that he wanted us to have that land. And when they went from nation to nation and from one kingdom to another people, he suffered no man to do them wrong. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes. Yeah, when the Most High, it says, saying, touch not mine anointed and do my prophets no harm. That's what he said, but that's exactly what the wicked people did. But when he was putting us into that land and we was establishing us in that land, he was dealing with us at that time, and we were dominating the whole earth and all the heathen round about. You know, because the Most High was dealing with us. Is that happening to those fake Jews over there in Israel now? No. Everybody's trying to get a piece. Palestine has been trying to get a piece of them forever. When the apostle went into it and broke down, he Googled top 10 enemies of the state of Israel. You know, it was a list that came up. It was a laundry list that came up. You know, because the prophecy said there will be peace in the land when the real people are there again. And they're not fulfilling that prophecy. It's been nothing but war. It had only been 2 wars, but now there's going to be a third world war. You know, so with that, Lord willing, brothers was edified with this. Those people are not the people that's supposed to be in that land. It's just a state. When I go back into that again, or an estate, it said an extensive area of land in the country, usually with a large house owned by one person, family, or organization. Those are those elite banking families, the Illuminati, the Rothschilds, so on and so forth, that make up that family. The Bowers, which like he went into, the word Bower means peasant. Those people, the Red Shield, those people. Um, let's go into this right quick. Go back from status into the word state. Let's see if we can go back. See if I can go back to the word state. Yeah, origin of the word state. Then I'll close out. It says manner of standing, a condition. Yeah, the condition is they have that time for now, for that when they have the dominion on the earth, they were able to take that land, but they did not deal righteously when they had the possession of that land. So with that, I'm gonna close out. Say, call hello, Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That belongs to the apostles and those at great millstone. Greetings, salutations, and blessings unto the elect, the house of David. Shalom.